Ilia Topuria just made history becoming the first fighter to knock out Max Holloway. Ilia Topuria just keeps proving his power is nothing like that weight class has ever seen before. Not even Conor McGregor, right? Like, he had TKOs, right? A lot of grounded pound besides the Jose Aldo knockout. But Topuria is just something else. But let's get into it. Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria had a lot of trash talk, a lot of buildup going into this one. And this was my most anticipated fight of the year. We started out the fight with Ilia Topuria fulfilling his promise. He pointed actually in the middle of the octagon. I was a little unsure if he was actually going to do it, inviting Max Holloway to trade with him, and Max Holloway said no. It was the smart decision. As I talked about in my other video, I think this was a trap. I honestly think that Ilia Topuria would have maybe shot on Max Holloway, but I don't know. Like, the guy seemed legit, so I honestly don't even know where to go with this. But Ilia did very good early on, being aggressive, shooting for takedowns, doing everything I said in my video that has now aged very well, honestly. Ilia literally followed everything I said in my video to do if he wanted to knock out Max Holloway, and he did it. I guess the only explanation is that he must have watched the video. But after that, Max did very good, you know, landing his jab, landing his front kick, even landing oblique kicks to help, you know, keep the distance between him and Ilia Topuria, which I have said for about over a year since he was fighting Volk is the key. You cannot fight this guy in boxing range. You have to stay in kicking range, keep at distance, just poke at him with your jab. And that's why I said time and time again, if this was striking, Max Holloway was going to take this. But of course, the threat of the takedown is what made the difference in my opinion, making Max Holloway think about that, having him back up. Round 2, Ilia Topuria did very well, landing even more overhands, right? And it seemed like Ilia Topuria won that round pretty clearly. But in round 3 is where this all went down, because Ilia Topuria rocks Max Holloway with a big overhand right. And I thought this was a mistake at the time, but Ilia Topuria goes wild, chasing a finish, and lands a brutal left hook on Max Holloway, knocking him out and getting some ground and pound, which is what I said. I believe I said a 3rd round knockout. Seriously, you guys need to check that video in hindsight, because it really did age well. And like I said, I know a lot of people are shocked about the knockout. It wasn't that shocking in my opinion, right? When you're mixing up the grappling and everything like that, mixing in with the striking, you can't prepare for shots coming as if you would if it was a pure stand-up fight. Max Holloway, honestly, in the past few years has not fought a lot of grapplers, and we learned a lot about Ilia Topuria too. Like, we learned that he has a chin. Like, he literally took left hooks from Max Holloway, right hands from Max Holloway, and Ilia Topuria just came forward eating those shots. Like, I was kind of worried for him at times there. In conclusion, look, Max Holloway looked very good, right? Like, he looked incredible, but Ilia Topuria was just better, right? Like, Max Holloway was doing all the correct things like I was saying that he should do. It's just that Ilia Topuria did his game plan a lot better. I thought maybe more knees up the middle would have helped. We saw Max Holloway kind of implement that midway through the fight, but I really am worried about Ilia dipping his head so much and moving side to side. Like, I do think he's gonna get caught with a head kick like he did against Jai Herbert and almost did multiple times against Max Holloway. But what's next? Ilia Topuria faces off with Alexander Volkanovski. Obviously, that would be a big rematch to happen next year. It does seem like this fight is going ahead, and if it does, honestly, I think that Volkanovski will just get knocked out again. It's sad to say, but I think like the betting lines would be heavily in favor of Ilia Topuria. Personally, I would rather see Ilia fight Diego Lopez. I think that is a way more intriguing fight, but I get it. Alexander Volkanovski's a legend, right? Like, I mean, he defended that belt so many times. He moved up to lightweight on short notice, even did good against Islam Makhachev in their first fight. The guy has done a lot, so on a personal level, I'm not upset that he's getting the next title shot. However, as a fan, like, objectively speaking, the Diego Lopez fight is way more intriguing, and I'd be way more hyped for that. And for Max, I mean, Max does seem to be in good spirits after that fight. I mean, I think lightweight is the obvious choice. Max Holloway even said it himself that he's most likely going to lightweight. I mean, names like Conor McGregor jump out at me, a Charles Oliveira rematch jumps out at me, maybe even Michael Chandler. Those are all fights you can make, and even more you could make. I've seen Dustin Poirier pop out a lot. I mean, you could literally go down the lightweight rankings. I wouldn't mind seeing any of them. And as heartbroken we were to see Max Holloway lose, I think we were all just as much heartbroken to see Robert Whittaker absolutely get his jaw destroyed by Khamzat Chimaev. And unless you guys want to see Khamzat Chimaev sneak into your room at night, you know, to dislocate your jaw, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, guys. We are almost at 13K, guys. You guys have been killing it with the support. Hit the notification bell. It helps the algorithm suggest my videos to more people. But let's get into it, guys. This fight had me absolutely shocked. I was more confident Robert Whittaker was going to be Khamzat Chimaev than Ilia Topuria was going to be Max Holloway, which I know if you look at the betting lines would make absolutely no sense, but that's just where I was going. It seemed like Khamzat Chimaev was sick. He nearly missed weight, but this fight went perfect for Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, if I would have went out on the streets and someone would have called this fight exactly how it happened a week ago, I would have thought they were crazy. I would have even called them a casual. But Khamzat Chimaev actually went in there and mauled Robert Whittaker, right? From the opening bell, you know, he took him down, controlled him, and I was just like, Robert Whittaker has to stick around to the end of this round, and I think he was going to win. And I think he could have won if he did stick around. However, eventually we saw Khamzat Chimaev just be relentless with that rear naked choke, and it kind of got in. I mean, Khamzat Chimaev didn't have his hooks in, so it was a little bit confusing, and it was a very fast tap from Robert Whittaker, but it turns out that, yeah, his jaw is just completely destroyed. I'm sure you guys have seen that pictures already online. Now, a lot of people are saying this is from the squeeze of Khamzat Chimaev, and this could totally be, right? Like, this could totally be the case. However, I have a suspicion that it might be because of the elbows that Khamzat Chimaev was landing to the side side of Robert Whittaker's jaw. But I just think that squeeze made it a lot worse and made Robert Whittaker really feel that pain. But the million-dollar question is Khamzat Chimaev gonna get the title shot over Sean Strickland against Dricus du Plessis? Now, I want to say either option, I'm truly 50-50 on. I don't think either one would be super ridiculous. I mean, Sean Strickland hasn't really fought a lot. He lost to Dricus du Plessis. It was a close fight, but then beat Paulo Costa in a dominant fight. But my suspicion is we're going to see Dricus du Plessis face Khamzat Chimaev on that Saudi Arabia card on February 1st. And I know there's going to be Sean Strickland fans that think this is maybe unfair. At the end of the day, it's a tough call. Like, I honestly don't know who deserves it more. I mean, Khamzat Chimaev did not come out much injured from this. I don't know if he was sick going into this fight. I know he was acting super weird. But if he is down to fight February 1st, I think they're probably going to go with him. It's a bigger fight, let's be honest. But I could also see Khamzat Chimaev waiting maybe till summertime to face the winner. I don't know. It's a tough call. Maybe he waits a whole year and fights at the next Abu Dhabi card. We would love that, right? But yeah, overall, this card was really good. I think one of the best cards of the year. I mean, the prelims were super good with awesome fight of the year contenders, honestly. Feel bad for RDA. Also saw Shara Bullet, you know, get a double spinning back fist knockout. Like, what was that? Comment in the comment section below your favorite moment from the card. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base to MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.